Good morning, everyone. Thanks for getting on this morning. We are excited for today's presentation. It's no secret that the growth along the I-35 corridor is growing, and no matter, it's not a matter of if, but when San Antonio Austin become the next Dallas Fort Worth. So we are excited for the presentation from two of our guests this morning. We have Jason Mock, the president of the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce, and Todd Hayes, one of our favorite builders at Highland Homes in the Cima community. As you know, San Marcos is a thriving university town. In today's presentation, we will learn what makes it as engaging and thriving community on its own. And to the agents out there seeing this and looking for a sales opportunity, know that it is, and you should make your appointment now with Todd in the amazing Cima community. So with that said, I'd love to bring Todd Hayes on to share a few things about the amazing community. All right, Todd, I'm going to bring you on.
All right.
There we go.
Good morning. I appreciate y'all having us out today to tell you all about the beautiful community of Cima in the hill country town of San Marcos. I've got a little slideshow presentation I would like to take you through and just tell you a little bit about our community. Of course, we're in beautiful town of San Marcos and its beautiful town square, college town of Texas State. It's got that energy and vibe of a college town, but Cima is just a bit outside, so you get the beautiful, serene backdrop of the hill country. Cima is just about 3 miles west on Ranch Road 12. Excuse me, I'm going to stop this transition. Apologize. Turn that off. Thank you again. Start over here. So we're just about 3.5 miles west. Oh, and we have our first technical glitch. Here we go. Thank you guys for understanding. As I mentioned, we're just about 3.5 miles off Ranch Road 12 off 35, set in the hill, the backdrop of the hill country. The land plan is over 2,300 homes. This is a master plan community we should learn about because it's going to be here for quite a while. The first section that we entered into was the 50-foot lots located just inside the community. We currently are in closeout phase of this phase. We've got 3 inventory homes started on this. My lot sizes are going to be 50 by 125 to 135.
Hey, Todd, it's Kelly. I want to interrupt you for 1 minute. I know you have some amazing slides that you put together.
Sure.
We're not seeing them. If you want to just hit that share screen.
Oh, excuse me.
They're too awesome not to share.
Thank you. Much better.
There we go.
Yeah. So map off just west of Ranch Road 12 off 35. Let's get to where we are. So the land plan, like I mentioned, is about 2,300 homes. It's going to be a long play out here. We should be out here 8 to 10 years. So it's a community we hope you get to know very well and bring your clients out. The community itself, again, is going to be 2,300 homes over 2,500 acres, lots of open space, green space dedicated to the hill country. That's what our clients are really liking, is just how beautiful this area is in the backdrop. The community started about 2 years ago, so we're about 100 residents deep into the community. Our first phase was in the 50-foot sections. The lots are 55 by 120, 125. There's some outliers that go deeper, but that's what the average lots would be. As I mentioned, the first phase, we're just about sold out, but we do have 2 or 3 inventory homes ready for November move-in and a few that'll get started and finish up in February. Currently, our model park is located off the little park we have here. I'll send more. There's a picture of that. The park was introduced last year, just a really nice open space. It's got a grill, it's got a splash pad for the kids. It was just a terrific amenity for this year to have during the summertime and COVID. My second phase just opened up in March, and these are my larger lots, 70 by 125, 130, sit up a little bit higher, have some beautiful sight lines, a lot of trees, open space. That's the predominant feature of the community. It's just the native trees and hill country. I also have 60 new lots that will introduce the 50-foot product as well, starting from the 330s, going to about the 420s. These will be starting at about 1,600 square feet, 3-bedroom, going through a 4-bedroom product to a 2-story, maybe 4 and 5. Brand new lots. So clients had a lot of opportunity to pick their sight lines with green belts, open spaces, and we'll be introducing 2 new models here in December. One will be for my 50-foot product, and then my second model will be for my 70-foot product. Here's some of the inventory. And Kelly will have some information, so if you'd like to email her, all this information is both on online and available through email. Here are my 70-foot lots, just a beautiful tract of land. Again, you can see the hill country in the background, starting from the 430s. And this is where most of my standing inventory is right now. I've got 5 that will be ready by the end of the year in the 500s. We've been quite successful in this since March. We're about a third through and gaining momentum. And there are some of the inventory prices in the 5s. We are dedicating a new fire station in the community, embedded in the community. That should be in December. Just a beautiful entrance. Again, the trees are the backdrop. Model home that I currently have is 2,000 square feet, 4-bedroom. It's called the Amberley plan and starts at around the 330, and it's been the bell cow of my neighborhood. Just a terrific plan. 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. It can be 2-master with the FlexGen enlarged bedroom. All our product does have the FlexGen product. So if families are bringing a younger generation or an older generation, we can provide for larger masters for both. Just some of the pictures of the model. We will be relocating this model and selling it here soon as we move to our new community area in December. Again, just an artist rendering of some of the park and play areas. It is home to the San Marcos Baptist Academy, which is a private prep school that's bordering our north side, that is just a terrific partner in a community. They are offering a $2,000 scholarship for each of the residents' children that attend. Some of the features of our Highland homes, we're known for our livability and efficiencies, but in January we introduced the Smart from the Start campaign. This is taking our homes just to a higher level of livability with smart home technology. This includes things that are all Wi-Fi based, so quick set electronic deadbolt, your Honeywell thermostat, your Skybell video door and LiftMaster garage door. And the Eero Wi-Fi router system is something we introduced that casts a complete Wi-Fi signal throughout the house and to the borders of the home for complete coverage of the house. Thing we're really proud of is our bonus program for you realtors that once we start on our road to the first sale, we continue that on a 4% for your next sale and 5% for the fiscal year. So my job is always to get y'all to 5% throughout the year and just continue the success. And that's just not for Cima, but that's cross-selling any of the Austin division homes around the area, which include 15 plus communities in the Austin area. We also pay 1% relocation fee reimbursement. And I would like to show a slideshow of our amenity center, which I think is extremely exciting. We'll be starting our amenity center pool and clubhouse in October, and we'll be finishing it up next year. This will include 3 pools in the first phase, one being a kiddie pool, one being a larger rec pool, And then the third being a year-round heated pool called the Quiet Pool. This will be age restricted in the back of the clubhouse, so it's a little bit more quiet. So if you don't want to hear Marco Polo 50 times in an hour, then this is for you. The clubhouse will have a fitness center with both free weights and machines and aerobic equipment, all within a $600 HOA fee for the year. The clubhouse will also have meeting areas, a yoga studio, and outdoor exercise courtyard. And we're so excited about having this. This will be just a real draw for the community. Later in the development of the community, we will be the next San Marcos elementary school campus within the community. That will be embedded in the center of the community. And we feel that will be a huge draw for younger families who will look forward to making Cima their home. We cover all price points. We cover from the 300s, 400s, and working into the 5s in our luxury product. We're open by appointment 7 days a week, 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday, and 12 to 6 on Sundays. We look forward to having you all out. Any information that I can provide, Kelly will be passing out some information that has my phone number and email. And we're always accessible on the website for both information and for appointments. And I certainly appreciate y'all's time for having me.
Thank you, Todd. And if you have not had the chance to visit Todd at Cima, do yourself a favor, make an appointment. I will share his slides, the video, and his contact information following up from today's webinar. I had the chance to view the community last year. I know there's been a lot of growth since then, so excited to go back out and see what's new. And man, that amenity center has a lot to offer. So thank you, Todd. Appreciate you. All right, well, a few housekeeping things before we start with today's presentation. If you haven't noticed, we do have a chat function on the bottom of your screen. You can ask any questions that you'd like. If there's something that you want to hear back from the presenter, I can ask following his presentation. But if not, tell everyone hello and let us know that you're here. So I am excited to welcome our presentation for today. We have Jason Mock, the president of the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce. He has a great presentation to show us how thriving and engaging the community is and where it's going. So with that said, I'd love to bring Jason on screen and get started with his presentation. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kelly, and Todd, thank you for that presentation. Cima is a great neighborhood, a great community. I've been visiting that built for since day one, and the team that's a part of that is doing some excellent work out there. So please check Todd's Highland Homes out and take advantage of all the great opportunity. I'm going to share my screen, so hopefully everybody sees the presentation, and let me click a few things. We found that out during our test run yesterday, which we're glad we did that. All right, let me get situated here. All right, hopefully everyone is seeing a screen. If not, please.
We can see it. Perfect.
All right, I'm going to get started right here. I want to jump into some numbers about San Marcos, and before we get into San Marcos, Hays County. You're really going to see some growth here in our community. So I want to give a big picture, not just of San Marcos, but of the county as a whole. So right here, population growth has really grown out of the abundance of the growth of Austin and growth of San Antonio being centrally located between the two, 30 minutes, south of Austin, about 40 minutes north of San Antonio. We have seen tremendous growth here in our community and expected to see even higher growth over the next few years. You can see with this slide right here that this is through Campo, their 2045 plan, that they are projecting by 2045 in Hays County over around 694,000 residents living here. Most of those residents will be living in the Dripping Springs, San Marcos location. So prime time for our community to continue to grow and be successful. With that growth with people coming is also growth of jobs. And so part of their plan also highlights the number of jobs that are looking to relocate or come to fruition here in our community or in Hays County. And by 2045, 320,000 jobs located right here in the whole entire Hays County region. That's a 255% increase. I mean, some great numbers, some exciting numbers, as well as some scary numbers. I mean, so it's a lot of planning, a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of things going on, from transportation planning between the county and the city of San Marcos. And so look forward to hopefully sharing that data in the years to come as we work through those plans. You'll see here on this slide, continue to talk about Hays County, who's living in our community. 2.78 is the average household size, 31 is the median age, the median home value, $222,000. So a lot of opportunity, a lot of growth, continue to see here in Hays County. Now from Hays County, I want to go to San Marcos.
This is not 935 pit stop.
Let me pause that for a second. I didn't think it's going to play right quick. So the chamber, about a year and a half ago, put together 3 videos, and I want to showcase these 3 videos to this audience today, and also let you know that these videos are for you. We produce these videos for our community, for anybody that's looking to highlight San Marcos. So if you're trying to entice a client, a customer to move to our region, to our community, this is maybe something you can just send them. And it's on our website, it's on our YouTube channel. We can actually, if you're interested, we can get you the hard copy so that you can just send it out without having to go to the YouTube page. But one video is an overall video of our community. And then the second video is a video about business. We are the Chamber of Commerce. We have commerce in our name. So we want to highlight the business aspect. And then the last one is a video on our river. For those who do not know, San Marcos River runs through our community. It is the jewel of our community, 70 degrees year round. And so it is one that we always like to highlight. So we have a video about our river, but I'm gonna play this and then we'll go forward from there.
It's not a sleepy old town, and it's not a commuter city. This is San Marcos. San Marcos is big. Big in innovation, big in education, big in community, big in business, and big in heart.
10-5 end zone, touchdown, Texas State.
We are proud. We're the place where innovators flock, families grow, and industry flourishes. San Marcos is a gateway to the Hill Country. It's nestled halfway between Austin and San Antonio, making it the center of the Central Texas Innovation Corridor. So what's it like to live here? I'm talking about the good life. The life that inspires you to hustle, that gets you excited, that pushes you to think, that allows you to relax, and that makes you smile. San Marcos means opportunity.
It means art. It means green spaces. And good times with friends.
Companies choose San Marcos. Students choose San Marcos. Families choose San Marcos.
And I choose.
I choose.
And I choose.
San Marcos. If it's big, it happens here.
So San Marcos has a population of over 64,000. And I wanted to also highlight the new residential construction permits from January to September. So over 500 permits have been issued in the city of San Marcos for new residential commercial. And continue to talk about the numbers here in San Marcos. Median income per age. We wanted to highlight this to showcase that you see 25 to about 64 right there in that 50,000 above range. And then once you get over to up to 64 or 65 age, you're up to 55, a little over 55,000 in median income per age. Across the board, this is one thing that Todd wanted me to highlight. And so I went through and did some research and looked back at the total median household income. And you can see we're slowly growing every year. There was one little blip in 2014 that kind of dropped us down. But soon after that, we continue to climb. And we expect in this new census data that will hopefully be coming out once the census is all taken care of at the end of the month. And they do all their diagnostics of the data. And once it comes out with their report, that these numbers will continue to grow here in San Marcos as well as Hays County. Also wanted to highlight something that was put together. I guess about last year, 2 years ago, we had an organization, a private organization, put together a San Marcos for All housing task force, and to really look at housing and what it looked like for San Marcos and for the future of San Marcos. And one of the data that came out of that task force was the commuting patterns for San Marcos. And I thought this was kind of interesting and wanted to highlight this to the group. So you'll see here that 25,000 is in commuters, employees living in San Marcos, or employed in San Marcos, but living outside of the community. And then those that are living in San Marcos, but then are commuting to outside of San Marcos is around 12,000. And then you have those who are residents living and working here, over 6,000 folks. So that kind of gives us some data to show, hey, you know, if we have more availability housing, if we can attract those individuals to live here that are working here, they can save time, they can save money, they can also spend more time, with their families and their friends. So those are things that I think you can highlight when you're looking at those next opportunities, or those folks that are commuting in and working here to actually live in our community. So that's one of the things that we're working on with our community and with our partners to highlight as well as to overcome. Part of the community is education. And Todd talked about the San Marcos Academy, but I also want to highlight, and they're a great partner and they do great work in our community, but I also want to highlight our public school, the San Marcos CISD. And, one of the things that always sometimes gets a bad rap is our public school system. But I wanted to highlight and show some numbers or some information that really showcases that our school district, both at a private and a public level, are doing some excellent work. And it's a place where you can actually raise a family in San Marcos, put your kids in our school system, even if it's in a public side or a private entity. And they're going to get a good education. And they're going to go on to do great things in the community or in their life. And so I want to start with San Marcos CISD. Almost 8,000 students enrolled in our district right now. And our district currently, like many districts, are doing a hybrid model as we're going through COVID. So this week, Monday, was the first day of in-person learning on school campuses. And I think the numbers are about 40% of students are back on campus. The rest are still doing virtual learning. They hope to continue to grow that in the months and, into the new year as we go through this. But our school district has some great opportunities, 13 career pathways, 20 programs of study. We just built, and I say we because it was the taxpayers through a bond proposition about a year and a half ago, put together a STEM building on the high school campus. And in that building is a automotive dealer or automotive component. There's a paint and body component. There's a robotic component. There's a health and wellness healthcare component inside there. There's a computer lab learning how to broadcast, how to be a broadcaster or news anchor. There's also a criminal justice component in there. What we are seeing is what we are trying, and what the school district's really doing this work, is the putting students in real life situations so that when they graduate high school, that they can go on with a certificate in a degree or in a study that either can get them a job right away, if that's the path they want to take, or they can elevate that into a study into a 2-year school or a 4-year university or military capability, because we have that component as well. So that we're seeing these students really engage in real life, real experiences. I'll give you this example. We have a company here called Epic Piping. Epic Piping builds and molds piping for the gas industry and for other industries. They actually have now teamed up with our school system. They are providing product and for our kids to learn how to weld. They're actually giving a teacher that training, and they're getting the kids into the plant to learn about that industry. And these kids are graduating high school with a skill that they can then take on to that career or to that next level and become successful. We see this in not only with Epic Piping, we're seeing this in our culinary side of work. We're seeing this with our healthcare work and the work that our school system is partnering with our local hospitals. We're seeing this in a lot of different areas. And so it's exciting to see the kids really take on these new challenges. Another perspective that our district has always gotten is that, kids aren't going places. They just graduate or they don't graduate, and you're really not getting a great education. Well, that's false. We have students that are graduating San Marcos CISD and going to top-notch universities all across the country. We have students that have gone to Harvard. We have students that have gone to Rice, right here in our front yard, Texas State, and many other universities across the country. And so we have a top-notch school district led by Superintendent Michael Cardona, who has really done a great job. He's been here a little over 4 years and has done a great job of turning around that school and bringing a voice to the school that is needed in our community, and we appreciate that. On from our school district, our private school, and Todd talked about that. It is right there at Cima, a great opportunity when you're looking at Cima and that your kids being able to just really walk across the street or walk down the road into San Marcos Academy. One thing about San Marcos Academy, it is a boarding school, so they do have students that live on campus. They have some international students that live on campus. Their international students are really, right now due to COVID, are doing virtual, but it is a great school to have in our community. They actually have a program that will pick up students from, if you live in Houston area, or families were living in Houston, they can actually, they'll pick them up for the week and stay here and then take them back for the weekend. So our students here at San Marcos Academy are residents of the Hill Country, as well as residents of other communities that come here throughout the year and get their education. So we can't talk about education without talking about higher education. And Texas State University, I always joke, it's not in our backyard, it is in our front yard. If you have been to San Marcos, you have seen our downtown, you will know that the university is right there, block and a half, 2 blocks off of our downtown. Beforehand, we'd always joke about the university, oh, they're bringing in students, the traffic, all this. But I'll tell you, I think it all opened our eyes up when COVID hit and the students went away. And, we are a college town. We're a university town, but we're a mixture. There's not just university students. There are families here, as Todd talked about, and as I am part of, and others in my staff and others in the community. But our university is something that we like to talk about. It's a great entity to have in a community. It brings different cultures. It brings different dynamics. We see an interaction from college students to our residents, and our residents back to our college students. And so our university is home to a little over 38,000 students. Not all of them live in San Marcos. We do have an online program that is very successful. They also have an online or a campus in Round Rock that deals with a lot of their healthcare, but majority of the students are living or coming and working out of the San Marcos campus. More than 200 bachelor's and doctorate degree, they are graduating top-notch individuals. And these individuals, they come here for 4 years, they fall in love with the community, the town, and everybody in the community, and they stay. We see a lot of students that stay on after graduation and actually raise their families. Know many of them that have gone to Texas State and now are raising their families in San Marcos CISD or at the academy and really producing some quality education. So we're proud to have Texas State in our front yard. Now to business. I could not talk about a program without talking about our business climate and our business community. We have a strong business community here in San Marcos. And I want to highlight some of the things that are going on and some of the partners we work with in the business climate.
If there's a job to do.
And this is, well, I should pause this one. This is the video about business. So we'll play this one right quick, and then we'll keep moving forward.
It can be done in San Marcos, Texas. It could be a big-time enterprise or a neighborhood business. The scale doesn't matter. What matters is the process. What matters is the people, the act of making something.
It's about being on time every time.
It's about designing something beautiful.
And the impact we make goes beyond San Marcos.
Every day our city is driven by folks that believe in their work.
We ship millions of packages from right here in San Marcos. Our products are used in over 70 countries.
And we designed over 100 weddings this year.
So whether you employ 3 or 3,000, if there's a job to do, it can be done in San Marcos.
So number of commercial permits for the year from January to September. Over 700 commercial permits have been issued here in San Marcos for the 2020 year. Number of businesses located, 3,000 plus businesses located right here in the city limits of San Marcos. And just wanted to highlight over 170, around 170 women-owned businesses right here in San Marcos. So a very diverse community and business type. Greater San Marcos Partnership. For those who do not know about the Greater San Marcos Partnership, they're actually our economic development entity for a 2-county footprint for Hays and Caldwell County. And the chamber works very closely with the Greater San Marcos Partnership, and that's led by Jason Giulietti. Has a great team, great individual. If you ever need anything, please reach out to them, reach out to me. I can get you in contact with them. But here are some key industries that you see that they're working on and attracting. So they're the entities that are going out and attracting companies to San Marcos and to Hays and Caldwell County. Give you an example, Amazon, that was one of the big projects that they worked on in the last few years to bring Amazon to here. Over 3,000 jobs to our community because of Amazon. They have worked on other projects, not as large as Amazon, but they're attracting in these areas so that our community continues to be successful. And I can tell you, they are doing some excellent work in this field. From that, downtown. Everybody talks about a community. You have to have a strong downtown, a heart of your community. And San Marcos has a beautiful downtown. And it's led by our Main Street group. And Main Street falls under the city of San Marcos, but it is an entity that is looking out for the well-being of the downtown merchants. And we work very closely with our Main Street partners. In fact, Main Street is housed out of the chamber office. And so we get to work and collaborate closely on a lot of these. But you'll see they have 4 pillars that they really stand on, and that's economic vitality, design, organization, and promotion. And so you'll see that they are really focused on making sure our businesses in the downtown area have the tools that they need to be successful for years to come. And a lot of people think, well, our downtown is full of bars. You can see right now, the bars fall into the other. It's restaurants is 16%. That's bars do not fall into that. And professional service, 25%. So some great opportunity in our downtown. Great atmosphere, and I encourage you to come down and visit our downtown if you have not already. So our San Marcos River, and I'm getting to the end of our presentation, but I want to play the last video about our San Marcos River because, again, it is the jewel of our community, and it's one that we like to highlight as well.
Listen closely. That's the sound of flowing water. The sound of nature. The sound of an entire ecosystem. More than that, it's energy. It's a first swim. And a place to celebrate. It's the pulse of our community. And the sound of San Marcos. So when you choose San Marcos, and you pass the river on your way to work, or on your way to school, remember to listen closely. And you just might hear it.
And then my final slide is about the chamber and our mission. And so I just wanted to showcase that we are an organization that advocates for our business community, helps our community grow, looks at our community, what our community should be doing over the next 5, 10, 20 years. And I'm proud to be a part of this organization. I'm proud that the board of directors that we have 18 members that represent our board of business leaders and community leaders. And we are focused on achieving goals that make San Marcos and our area and our region a success. And with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
Thank you, Jason. I'm sure we're going to be asked a few times to share those slides and videos. So yes, we will get our hands on those and share them. Those videos are, truly impactful. It gave me the chills growing up right outside, in San Antonio, seeing the growth and how much San Marcos is thriving is just amazing. So I'm sure we can all agree and enjoy. I think you answered some of the questions that were coming in through the Q&A, but there was one that came in from Letha. It was on your slides that you had the median incomes, and she wanted to know if the ones that you reported included the commuters.
In the median income, no, it's only residents of
San Marcos. Okay. Great to know. I don't see any other questions, so I think you kind of laid it out for us, but Jason was so kind to share his contact information, so I'm sure if there's any others that we can surely reach out to him and get those answered for you. So again, thank you so much for your time and joining us today and being transparent in what's going on in your community.
Happy to. Anytime that y'all want an update, anytime you have any trouble or success, please let me know. We're here to help. We want y'all to be successful. We want to be successful, and together we can work to be successful.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you coming out and joining us. Hope to see you all very soon. And this is also streamed on Facebook, so be sure to share that with any others that you think might benefit from this information. With that said, have a great week. Goodbye.